Hey guys, this is the Blade Sickness here. Today I just wanted to do a quick comparison. You saw my last video. I did a review of the Sony soundbar. One of the cheaper end options retails for about 200 bucks. This is the comparable Samsung that I keep in my bedroom. Don't mind the reflection of the unmade bed in there. But this soundbar is actually more of a long-term review. I've had this one for, what, 3 years now? Or 2 years, something like that. So I've had it for a while. I have it hooked up with the Amazon Alexa, and so this is pretty much on all the time, just because I have the Alexa running through the aux. Never mind, I had to turn her off. And so the soundbar stays on pretty much all the time. And let me tell you guys, here's the wireless subwoofer that comes with it. This soundbar sounds much better than the Sony comparison. The Sony soundbars are not bad, and they're definitely not a bad company. But unfortunately, a lot of their lower end stuff, they just don't seem to care about as much. Some of the features that make this soundbar and Samsung soundbars in general a little better is the fact that, first of all, they have an aux input. If you see on the bottom here, let's see if we can move this a little bit out of the way without doing too much damage cable-wise. I'm going to flip this over. You can see all the inputs we have. Here's the optical, here is the USB here, and here's the aux in, the 3.5mm jack. The Sony soundbar that I just did a review on at the same price point did not even have this, which I guess it is kind of an antiquated input, but there are definitely times where you just want a 3.5mm jack for simplicity. This one is cool too because it has HDMI in and out. So this is before things like ARC and things like that. So basically what this is designed for, and I've used it before, is you put the input from your computer or whatever it is into it through with HDMI, and then you output it from another one and run it to your television or your monitor. So this is again a wireless subwoofer. I have not had any problems with this one in terms of delay with the subwoofer. Compared to the similar price point Sony, this has much better bass. You can take a look at the subwoofer here. It has a nice polished side here. This is hard, the back is hard. You can see the port there. Well, you can't see it, and then this is where the actual subwoofer is, and it's just very soft material here, covering up the actual subwoofer. Very durable. This is Move With Me, and it really does play low stuff much better than the Sony did. I've been very impressed with it otherwise. It's a very good looking soundbar. You can see the controls here on this side. You can control volume, off, and then the source. So this does not have pretty much any control for different stuff. There are different music settings and things like that, but you cannot control them from the soundbar. That's pretty standard when it comes to these soundbars because they are a minimalist design. I use this majority for music. I use it for, television and stuff sometimes, but majority of the time I'm listening to music on it, and it does a pretty darn good job. That was one of the criticisms I had raised with the similar Sony soundbar, was that it really just did not sound good for music. This one sounds much better. I play a variety of different musics, everything from, rock and roll to classical music to, hip-hop, rap. I listen to it all, and I listen to it all on this soundbar. It all sounds great. So, when looking at an entry-level soundbar, usually around the $200 price point, I would definitely recommend the Samsung brand over the Sony, just because the quality of sound that you're going to get from the Samsung at this price point is much better. Now don't get me wrong, if you get one of the fancy Sony Dolby soundbars, then it's going to be a much better sound, but you are going to pay a premium price for it. If you're starting to get into those fancy soundbars and you're into the quality of music and or sound, that's when you're going to start looking at doing a full home theater setup, getting an AV receiver and doing at least 2 tower speakers or and a subwoofer. If you're really into music, again, these soundbars are great for little bedroom setups like this where you just want something minimalist. But if this is in your living room, if you're, trying to set up an actual home theater, you want those low bass rumbles of movies and things like that, this is not going to be your setup, especially if you wanted to also do a lot of music. The Samsung or the soundbars in general just are not going to get you that super high quality audio. So if you are into music, again, that's when you're going to start looking at a full home theater setup. But if you want something compact like this, this is a great option. The lower end Samsung soundbars I've had no issues with. Again, this has been about 2 years, no issues with Bluetooth connectivity. Works great with my Alexa. It doesn't. You can set auto off features and things like that for Bluetooth. It does have an auto off feature, but I have it set so that when it's on aux mode with the Alexa, it does not turn off. So yeah, I mean, I don't have too much else to say about it. Just wanted to do a quick comparison. I did end up returning that Sony soundbar just because I was really unhappy with that sound for what I wanted it to do. Again, if you're just listening to music, go ahead. That soundbar is going to be a great little thing for you. But if you're wanting a full home theater setup, there's really no other way to do it besides getting a receiver and a few different components to go in your home theater system. So I did return that Sony, and I'm keeping this Samsung, of course. I've had it for a couple of years. Love the thing. It's great for a little bedroom setup, and it is very compact and sleek looking. No, don't mind the dust. So guys, if you have any questions, be sure to leave them down in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. If you guys want to see any reviews of anything in particular or have any questions, just let me know. But for now, this is the Blade Sickness out. Have a great day.